into your condenser, and that's what condenses your alcohol vapor back down into alcohol. It's amazing how it works, and over the years, I've been doing this 22 years now, getting ready to be 23, but I have seen probably 50 stills over my career, maybe more than that. There's been quite a few. But every so often, we'll run across one and somebody will be very innovative, and they'll come up with something. I'll be like, well, what is that thing? The one we're going to now it's going to be stainless steel, but this is called a pressure unit. And these are the ones that are really dangerous. This is why people got away from this type of steel, because these are the kinds that can truly blow up and kill you. Very few people have ever seen this kind of steel.
This might be, you know, like when you're showing me this steel and talking about it, that might be exactly what I need to add to my paper. Okay. Because all I need is like a 5-minute blurb to add to it that's a verbal that enhances what I've already written. And pretty much what I have reported on is prohibition and how it led to organized crime, and how that organized crime, of course, once prohibition was lifted, they turned to other things as far as, you know, illegal gambling, prostitution, drugs, that kind of thing. So, and the fact that it's still prevalent in our area today, people are still trying to make money off of the illegal manufacturing and distribution of alcohol is the main thing.
When prohibition came about, it hurt, I guess, liquor. It hurt the brothels and the shot houses and stuff like that. So when they started making illegal liquor, a lot of people made it. Well, you know what truly hurt moonshine, people making moonshine? It won't for fear of the government. It was sugar prices. When sugar prices went up, it got to the point of where it wasn't feasible to make your own liquor anymore. You can go to the liquor store and buy it cheaper than what you can make it. And a lot of people said, well, you know, it's not worth the risk of getting busted, losing my investment in all my money I put into making my steel. I'll just go to the liquor store and buy it. But most people that drink alcohol, moonshine now, basically they're just defiant of the government. It's prestige. You know, it's like, well, hey, I got some moonshine. Yeah, it's more of a ideological thing now than it ever has been in the past. You can truly go find you some moonshine around here. It typically goes for about 20 bucks a gallon. Your brandy goes much higher. A lot of times around Christmas, Thanksgiving, we start seeing a lot of brandy float around. But true moonshine, people around here, there's not that many people that actually truly drink moonshine anymore. And the ones that do drink it for just the so-called, I'm drinking some moonshine. But you can go, it's not the taste it sells, it's the fact that it's just illegal. But you can go to the liquor store and buy you some flavored brandy or Crown Royal or get you some really good liquor. But some people will be like, well, I don't want that stuff. I want the stuff that is made out there in Joe's backyard, you know. It's not that it's that good, it's just the fact that they're being that little defiant. You know.
One of the things I read about it, as far as the whole the dangers of it, was, for one, so many people were dying from alcohol poisoning. When they were making their own, they weren't they weren't doing something right. And
well, back in the day when they used radiators for condensers, you got glyco that was produced from the you got lead. All this stuff that was in the radiators, they were never meant to condense alcohol. They were meant to cool down a car, or engine on a car, but they were readily accessible. You could go to a junkyard and get you a radiator. Well, boom, instead of spending, you know, $150 to buy a condenser, I got one for $15 at the thing. It's just easy kind of deal. But back then, people were also getting poisoned from it, all kind of contaminations that you can get out of a regular radiator. But people's learned over the years to be a little bit safer about it. But back in the day now, matter of fact, it wasn't long ago, West Bengal, I don't know if you're familiar with that, in India, they're massive for making moonshine. Over there, it's kind of a poor country. Well, they make their own liquor over there in India. Over there, they just had like 183 or something like that died from contamination of moonshine. and it's just simply because somebody didn't take the proper precautions and they made a bad batch. But if that tells you that one batch killed 143 or 183, I forget which one it was, then that lets you know there's a whole lot of folks over there drinking moonshine. Around here, if you got a bad batch, you might have a few people get sick, but most of our alcohol in Johnston County that's being made is going up north. You can buy it around here for $20 a gallon, but you go up north and it's $50 a gallon. It's worth the risk of shipping it up there, make more money. It's really about the prestige and about the money. It's not as prevalent as it used to be in Johnston County, but they are still a few stills running.
Do you find that the people that you end up busting for like stills or whatever, making illegal alcohol, end up involved in other stuff, or is it just is that just usually that's what they're doing?
That's what they're doing. The people that make moonshine are some of the nicest people that I've ever met. They truly are very friendly. They're the farmers. I mean, that's, you go down to Area 3, which Benson area, Four Oaks, out that way. We find more liquor stills out that way, of course, because I guess that's where the larger rural area is. And you're not going to have a liquor still like set up in somebody's garage much anymore, because the odor of it is really pretty easy to detect. Typically, when we walk up, say at that business, if I had a complaint on that business, they're making liquor, it wouldn't take me but about 15 minutes of showing up, and I'll know whether there's a still in there or not. You can smell the mash, you can smell the odors associated with the manufacturing of it, and really all you got to do is walk up and say, "Hey, buddy, I smell you still," And most of the farmers or most of the moonshiners will be like, "Yeah, fish, I know, buddy, come on in." I mean, they're just they don't fight, they don't run. It's not like what people see on TV.
What kind of charges are involved when they do that? I mean, like how big are they, I guess?
Misdemeanors.
Okay.
Unless you've been convicted of manufacturing white liquor in the past, your first time is only going to be a misdemeanor. And that's the reason a lot of your old timers still make moonshine today, because they know that the punishment is not that great.
So the risks are worth it.
Yeah. The one thing that I would ask you is not disclose our location and where we go to.
Absolutely.
We've got several locations around, and this is the one that we'll put a lot of our marijuana stuff in. And there's nothing illegal that we keep in here, other than like the parts for the indoor grow houses and stuff like that. Let's see here. I believe it's going to be in 62.